Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Echoes of the Unknown, Supernatural Encounters. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this horror solo journaling RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time I am going to talk about adventure hooks, the included guided adventure, and I'm also going to give you my final thoughts on this solo journaling game. When the physical book arrives, I am also going to feature it in a video. Well, let's get started. When it comes to adventure hooks, this book contains frameworks, adventure seeds, key locations, key characters, and clues to come up with your own scenarios. You can use any of these adventure ideas and elements however you like to come up with your own original creations, or sticking quite close to this original material. I am going to avoid spoilers, so I won't tell you anything about these hooks, except that there is great variety. There's going to be a lot of versatility when it comes to the scenarios that you can play. They won't feel repetitive. In fact, I think they will feel quite classical. Now, when it comes to the guided adventure, I have mixed feelings about it. I have already finished it. Let's start with the bad. First, they predetermine many things about your character. They tell you, oh, you work for this organization, and my character would never work for such an organization. They tell you, your character is an exorcist, so they are kind of like forcing you to be an exorcist, even if you play some other type of character. Oftentimes, you are referred to as the exorcist, and the adventure shifts from the immersive first-person style that should be present in any good solo or even multiplayer horror adventure. So they break the immersion. Sometimes they are addressing you in first person and you are really getting into the adventure, but then they say something like, the exorcist must do this, the exorcist did this, the exorcist, etc, etc, etc. Now, when it comes to the freedom of choice in this scenario, because it is a guided adventure, it's supposed to teach you how to play the game, so it is understandable that it feels quite a lot on rails. The freedom concerning role-playing your character has to do with coming up with the interpretation of the events presented. They have a lot of elbow room to put in your own twists and turns. Now, the adventure is not easy, but it is luck-based. It is based on the results of the dice rolls. So this is just a small taste of things to come when you actually play your own scenarios with all the freedom that entails. But it's definitely disappointing how you are forced into this particular role that, oh, you are an exorcist and you are working for this organization, and suddenly they refer to you in third person, so it really pulls you away from the experience. I didn't like it that much. Although if you manage to overcome those obstacles like I did, there will be moments of great, creepy atmosphere. So overall, what do I think of Echoes of the Unknown? My major criticisms have to do with that aspect of the rules where you were pretty much going to be successful in any resilience check, although the designer has made an official ruling limiting resilience to 5, so that's great. My other criticism, of course, has to do with the guided adventure that I mentioned earlier. But besides that, everything else is perfect. The game is highly atmospheric. It's going to be very fun to make sense of the results of the tables or coming up with your own results. There is a lot of replayability here. It can last you a lifetime. If you are one of those players that likes to take his or her time coming up with the results, the different scenarios, playing perhaps once a day or a few times per week, this game is going to last you a lifetime. So overall, my highest recommendation to Echoes of the Unknown. I also recommend that you use other horror tables to come up with your own scenarios that way. The potential for this solo journaling game is quite limitless. Thank you for watching this review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.